All right, what's going on? This is a little bit unscripted, but what is actually happening at Meta? We seem to be in a really good position with VR, where tons of games are coming out. Like the retention is being improving. We're getting tons of players. 6 million retention from the 20 million headsets, which is a pretty damn good number. And then we had, Beat Saber made $250 million, which is huge, and a massive flag in the VR space, just to say how much money can actually be made. And then we get the Business Insider article, the headline, it's behind a paywall, but the headline is Meta is finally recovering from the Apple privacy hit, major growth expected. Positive article, amazing, great. Then Business Insider today, Meta's latest round of layoffs begins, workers post on LinkedIn, which we know that they were going to lay off 10,000 workers. They said that last month as part of the year of efficiency, but it seemed to be that Reality Labs was largely unaffected, or that was what people were saying, and that the VR side was pretty much unaffected. It was more on areas where there was fat, and there's definitely areas that they could cut. Here we are, report. Meta is doubling down on VR gaming and retooling headsets. Meta reportedly wants to focus more on games and discussing how to get major IP like Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto into the Quest store. Business Insider reports, citing sources close to the company, that Mark Zuckerberg is now more interested in developing gaming for Quest headsets. Right, that's amazing. That's amazing news, right? Oh my god, everybody's so happy with it. That's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted the pivot to gaming, invest in gaming. We need more VR games. We need to keep pushing the platform. Amazing news. Enthusiasm from Zuckerberg and other company executives around gaming has grown in recent months, two of the people added, while the founder and CEO's overall tone on the metaverse has become more subdued. Hooray! Amazing. Round of applause. Metaverse down, gaming up. That's what everybody wants. New layoffs loom, but teams focused on gaming are spared. Vox reported yesterday that Meta would soon announce another 4,000 job cuts. Meta had announced 11,000 layoffs in November, followed by another 10,000 in March. Latest cuts are said to affect technical teams working on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, as well as Meta's metaverse division, Reality Labs. So nothing too much to worry about in terms of the VR space. It's just more of the tech side. Meta is also discussing how to get major games like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto. Amazing. That's what we all want. We all want this. And then my Twitter feed today started getting filled with people talking about how dark a day it was, and I was thinking, what the hell's going on? What's happening? And these are Meta game developers. So we've got people from Ready at Dawn and people from Downpour, the Onward developers, being laid off by Facebook or Meta. So Meta are laying off their devs from the two biggest VR dev acquisitions. Ready at Dawn, who do the Lone Echo, Downpour, who do Onward, which is just... I don't understand what's going on. Why would they do this? So they have an article going out saying they're pivoting to gaming, and then they lay off the devs. I DM'd one of the devs that had been laid off, and apparently Ready at Dawn is still running. They haven't closed down the studio, but lots of people have been laid off. I can't wrap my head around it. Somebody make it make sense. So let's push and invest in gaming, and then let's lay off our super talented devs that have created, Lone Echo series. Super disappointing. These are people who have lives and families, and they're just getting laid off when they're doing some incredible work and pushing the space, and it's just pissed me off because I don't understand it. I don't understand the rationale behind it. The laying off elsewhere, there was never any mention of any layoffs from the developers, and it makes no sense when they're telling huge news outlets that they're pivoting into gaming. It's just a joke. It's an absolute joke, and this is very similar to the Echo VR situation, where it just doesn't make sense, and it's all about how can we piss off the VR community even more. And I usually do these videos like scripted, and this is very off the cuff, as I'm sure you can tell, but I just felt like I need to get this out because it isn't fair. I know they have a business to run, but 5 days ago apparently they've recovered from the Apple situation and back to profitability, or growing at least, and they've already laid off some employees. And by the way, this is today. These are 4,000 of the 10,000, so we've still got 6,000 employees to go. So who else is going to go? Is that more devs? Are they going to lay off more devs? This just seems like the worst strategy. When the optic strategy is, we're going to focus on gaming. The reality is we're going to lay off more devs. Great stuff, amazing. which is super disappointing, and I'm not very optimistic about Quest 3 now. But look, I could be pleasantly surprised, and maybe the Meta Gaming Showcase is huge whenever that's going to get announced, because we're nearly ending April now, and this is usually when it comes out, and we've heard nothing about it. So I'm just super bummed out. I'm very sad for everyone that's been laid off and everyone that's affected. These are talented developers. It's a niche area, you know. These aren't standard game developers. VR game development is very challenging, and I just hope they all get snapped up. If I had the money, I would be snapping these developers up that are getting laid off right now, because they're from huge reputable companies that have made some A-tier experiences in the space. Snap them up, get them hired, open an indie dev studio, make some VR content that everybody is after. There is a gap in the market, and we're all hungry. Do better, Meta.